Hey guys, welcome back to Skylanders Ring of Heroes. Now in today's video we're going to be looking at Boomer. Now he is an awesome bomber. The thing about most bombers is most of them are fire element. He's got the mech element, which is really nice, just to get some diversity between those bombs, because bombs are really strong at the moment. And we'll just basically have a look at his skills and stuff, the runes, and then I'll take you through the sort of places he can be used and sort of where he's good and bad in arena and stuff like that. So the skills, the first skill, you really do need to awaken him to get this, because this is what the awakening is what makes his bombs AoE. Otherwise, it's only single target. So the awakening is amazing, makes his bomb AoE. It's a really efficient bomb too. Only 2 mana cost on a 15-second cooldown. In the recent update, bombs also did the explode debuff. It went from being 6 turns to 5 turns, which is actually a buff to bombs, considering they were already really strong. So that's pretty nice. His second attack is really nice. It's a bit expensive on the mana, being a 4 mana cost and a 12-second cooldown, but it's an attack buff for your whole team, and at max skill it's 100% to give 2 turns of attack buff, which is actually really awesome. The other crazy thing about this ability is it must have a massive multiplier. My Boomer isn't built for crit, so he doesn't really crit, but this bomb will hit for a lot of damage single target even without critting, because you're stacking the attack for the bomb damage. So that's awesome. His third skill is one that you won't really use too much. It has a niche use when farming, but it's just too expensive. 6 mana on a 6-second cooldown, attacks all enemies. It does reduce to a 4 mana cost, which could be nice with skill ups. And what it does is it will then decrease the explode count by 2 at the when it's max skilled. So if you have bombs on there for 5 turns, you use that. That'll reduce them down to 3 turns. Then the turn ending will also reduce them by 1, so they'll be down to 2 turns. So it could have a use later game when max skilled, but at the moment I don't see too much use for it outside of farming, because when he's farming it gives him the option to have 2 AoE attacks, so that's not too bad. We'll look at his runes. Basically all you want to aim for is 2 strike sets and attack percent. So mine's is on strike dodge, just because I had these dodges with the attack percent. He's actually on my best attack runes, or like my best bomber runes at the moment. I mean, I've got this one here with 19% attack, which is really nice. Effect accuracy helps him too, if you can get some substats in effect accuracy. But yeah, the main thing that matters is his attack stat, the effect accuracy, and getting that strike set on, because the extra 25% attack is really nice. But yeah, there's not much else to go through with him as a bomber. I think you might be able to, like, this might be way later down the track, I might even try him on a crit rate, crit damage build, just to see how much damage that second attack can do with a massive multiplier. But for now, keep it simple. Just use the attack, get the bombs to do as much damage as they can, and that's the main point of using him. So we might jump into we'll jump into some B9 here. So B9 is really unreliable for me. I thought he was going to be the savior. There are guys that have 3-starred B9 using Boomer. I think to get the stats, mine would need to be +5. And at the moment, with the way farming is and the drop rates of soulstones, I'm just not really farming anything. I'm doing my daily stuff and then logging out. So once that gets changed or adjusted, I will probably +5 him and see how we go in B9. But yeah, at the moment, he just doesn't quite have the damage to get there. It's a very manual process, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But we'll just jump into a quick run and show you why he is really good. So the standard thing I'll do, because this is a manual sort of run, I'll use his bomb to get attack buff, and then use the AoE bombs, and then basically just rinse through that the whole time. And you can see the AoE, the actual hit of it doesn't do too much damage, but on B9 here it's actually decent. You can see that big bomb does do a lot more damage, but once the bombs explode, when you're building him for attack, you can see that they do some really good damage. We'll wait these 2 turns and see if they all die. We've got 1 left, so we'll just go through that. But the problem here in B9 is just, yeah, the survivability on the boss stage, especially once he revenges. So we'll just punch through this. But you can see how quick we're getting through these B9 waves. I mean, B9 is really hard, but he does cruise through these waves pretty well. Obviously, some support would be nice. I really wanted to do a team of Chill, Gilgrunt, and Boomer, but obviously Chill is no longer fully farmable, so that sort of killed that idea. So I'm sort of stuck in the B9 process. I feel like Flashwing would be another option that might help you clear B9 on auto, but that's no longer farmable as well. So yeah, we're just sort of in a bit of a limbo mode at the moment with progression and all that sort of stuff, but we'll see how we do here. You'll see that it's basically as soon as the boss gets his revenge, ideally if you're doing this and you're having a real crack at it, when you use Wham Shell skills and stuff like that, you'll attack the towers so that you're not contributing to the revenge counter, but you know, we're just doing this auto. I know I normally fail it anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. So yeah, you can see he does really good damage. It's only 2 minutes 20 in. We got the boss to half health. That bomb explodes. It's like he's really good. But yeah, the problem right now is the boss revenge just does so much damage that it's not really you can't really come back from it once he does, and then he sort of connects that with another AOE as well. Although having said that, we're surviving. Oh no, that knockdown hurt, but we wouldn't have got the 3 minutes. But yeah, we're still doing not too bad here if we can get the bombs out. Oh well, we might get it cleared, but yeah, this is the main purpose I built him for, was this B9, and oh, are we going to last 5 turns for this bomb? I'm really curious now. Ooh, we might just get it, yes. Okay, so that's a clear, but this is the main purpose I built him for, was the B9. The auto team doesn't work as well as I would have liked it to, but as you can see, it can clear B9. I have seen people once again do it in under 3 minutes, so get the 3-star on it. But the problem with that is, it's all well and good to 3-star the there we go, some more 4-star runes. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is possible to 3-star it, but the problem is making a reliable auto team, and it's really hard at the moment. But I think Boomer is the key to damage dealing B9. But then, like I said, if you had Chill and Gilgrunt, I think you might be able to do it. Or if you had Flashwing and Wham Shell, I feel like that could be another possible team for the auto. But neither of those 2 units I can farm anymore, so I'm sort of stuck on ideas, like I said, and that's where I'm sitting. What else about Boomer? The other thing I was going to mention was farming. So if you wanted to just, you know, farm some experience for some units and grind some fragments, say Kaboom here, you can just jump in. I'll just take my other units out just for demonstration's sake. Obviously, you'd really want weak units so that they die and don't use all the mana, but what you can do is you can swap the 2nd skill out for the 3rd skill, jump in, and it makes him a really fast farmer because he's just hitting with 2 AoEs. And obviously this doesn't work as well with the 2nd AoE on hard modes when you're not one-shotting units, just because it is draining a lot of mana for no effect, whereas if you're doing it on hard mode and you want to, there you go, you can see 3 waves, 3 attacks, 30 seconds, done. But yeah, if you're doing it on hard mode, you might want to go for the big bomb as well for the attack buff, just because you're not going to be killing stuff with the AoE straight away. It's just sort of a balance you've got to find. But yeah, that's where that 3rd skill comes in at the moment. If you're farming sort of easier content where you can one-shot with the AoEs, then that's perfect. The other thing we were going to look at was Arena. So he's really nice in Arena. I haven't even done an Arena this week yet. He's really nice in Arena depending on the team you are fighting. Oh wow, let's fight someone level 40-ish. Let's do that. So this sort of team is a team I would not bring him to normally, because Stealth Elf has the lower cooldown, and if Stealth Elf crits, most Stealth Elves will kill a Boomer, and that's the big issue with him, is Stealth Elf and Tough Luck. I was actually considering for Arena putting an extra like defense or HP rune on him to sort of be able to survive that and then get the bombs out, because it's real nice in a double bomb comp. But yeah, most Stealth Elves will be able to one-shot him. We'll jump in and see what happens just to show this. And Arena, you can take it 2 ways. If you go double bombers with him and Kaboom, you can do his bombs followed by Kaboom's bombs. Sorry, Kaboom then his bombs. Or you can go for the attack buff. Because there's a Stealth Elf, I'm going to do Kaboom first into his bombs. Just in case, that was in case the Stealth Elf attacked him. I didn't want to waste the mana using his attack. But the other option is, if you know your Boomer's going to be pretty safe, you can opt to use his 2nd skill, get that attack buff, then use his bombs. And while that's happening, I've found that if you're using a Kaboom with him, whilst he's using his 2 bombs, you've got no mana after that. So then you can instantly at the start of the battle charge with Kaboom, and basically by the time he's charged, you've got the mana ready so you can bomb and then use his charge attack, which works pretty well. I'll jump into one and try and show that. We might get another Stealth Elf where Boomer dies, but we'll try it. Because I just think they have pretty good synergy in the double bomb team. And we'll see what happens. So, okay, this one we're safe to use it. This is actually an amazing team for Boomer because it's full fire. He's not going to get attacked at all. So what I wanted to show is, so we'll jump into this. We'll use skill 2 of Boomer first into his skill 1. So we'll get the attack buff, then we'll do the bombs whilst Kaboom is charging. And then once he's done charging, we'll use the jump into the charge skill. So hopefully that made sense, but I'll try and demonstrate. Here we go. Alright, so skill 2, we'll just target the Kaboom. Skill 2 into skill 1, and then we charge with Kaboom straight away. And you'll see that everything, sort of the enemy turns are coming up. We've got the 4 mana, so I can queue up Kaboom's AoE and then his charge skill because of the way the timing works. So you've then got those extra bombs followed by a really good nuke, and that's pretty much the way the synergy works in that team. You can also, in that team, you could actually throw in a Whamshell single... Whamshell first attack to get the defense buff in between the Kaboom going, just because you have the time once the skills queue up. You'll see that I did have the skill available, but we had to wait for the other people to move. So that is just a really good synergy if you're looking at building a full bomb team. The other team that I do use him in is just with a Stealth Elf. It just depends on the matchups of the enemies. But yeah, I try to avoid using Boomer against Stealth Elf teams just because I've got the Whamshell there. I'd rather bring a Stealth Elf and Kaboom against other Stealth Elf teams so that my Whamshell can eat the attack from the Stealth Elf and let my other 2 move. So it just comes down to a bit of a balancing, seeing what works for you. But that is pretty much it for the Boomer. He's a really cool unit. I did have volume off, but when you get him, just play with volume on for one or 2 rounds. He's got some pretty funny sounds that he makes. He sounds like he's got a bit of a screw loose, but yeah, really nice unit, really powerful single target and AoE. That second skill, like I said, is really amazing. But yeah, aim for your attack, a bit of effect accuracy, and you should be good. So thanks for watching another video, guys, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.